So far in this chapter, we have looked at different numeration systems throughout history, and we've looked at the algorithms for our arithmetic functions. So for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. In this section, we're going to look at some tips and strategies for both mental arithmetic and estimation. And I'm going to give you a few different tips and pointers to help you with these. We're going to start here, though, with a couple definitions. The first one is one-digit facts. These are, my pen works, there we go. These are those basic facts that you learn in elementary school. 1 + 1 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. Those are our one-digit facts. Think of your times table. Those are your one-digit facts. Those are things that we have memorized, or we should have memorized. We're going to use those, and we're going to use those in conjunction with easy combinations. So easy combinations, and I'll do some examples here to show you specifically what I mean. These are things that add up to tens or multiples of tens. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. This first example, you're asked to multiply 35 plus 7 plus 15. With arithmetic, the order doesn't matter. You can rearrange things. Okay, we have that associative property and the commutative property. We can rearrange things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think of this as 35 plus 15 plus 7. 35 and 15, if you add them together, you're going to get 50. There's a multiple of 10. So 35 and 15 make 50. So then we just have 50 plus 7, or 57. The second one, we have a long string of numbers, but I'm going to do that same process. I'm going to look for multiples of 10, and I will tell you a little behind the scenes. I actually use this all the time. My family likes to play board games, and a lot of times at the end, you're adding up the scores. I'm always looking for groups of 10. So here's how it would work with this long string of numbers. 8 and 12 make 20. 3 and 7 make 10. 4 and 6 make another 10. 4 and 6 again make 10. And then 3 plus 3 makes 6 at the end. So what do I have? 20, 30, 40, 56. It's just a quicker way to add. When we're adding multiples of 10, it just goes that much quicker. Now, this can also work with multiplication. So let's look at this next one here. We have 25 times 8. So what I'm going to do here, I'm looking for multiples of 10. Well, 25 times 4 makes 100. 100 is a multiple of 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this as 25 times 4 times 2. 8 is 4 times 2, and we're allowed to break it down this way with multiplication. 25 times 4 is 100, so now we just have 100 times 2, or 200. With this next one, we have 4 times 99. So how do we work this one if we're dealing with these multiples of 10? So what you can do is you can rewrite that 99 as 100 minus 1. And then we can use the distributive property. This is 4 times 100 minus 4 times 1. So that's 400 minus 4, or 396. And a lot of times if you see people do arithmetic really quickly, especially if they're doing it really quickly in their heads, they're using several of these types of strategies. With this next one, 57 minus 25, there's a couple different ways that you could approach this one. I'm going to show you a strategy where we're going to be breaking these down. Instead of 57, I'm going to think of this as a 50 and a 7, and then 25, 20, and a 5. So I'm thinking of my tens place and my ones place. So I'm separating these out by place values. So if I think of it this way, I've got 50 minus 20, that's 30. 7 minus 5, 2. So our answer here is 32. We will come back to this idea in a minute. A lot of times it can be useful to work in the reverse order of how we're taught. We're taught to work from right to left. Sometimes it's easier to work the opposite way, like we did right there. And the last one, 47 times 5. So let me give you a strategy for this one. And this is actually a strategy that I use quite often. We're thinking in terms of tens. So there's actually two strategies that you could use here, and I'm going to go through both of them with you. You could think of 47 as 40 plus 7 times 5, and then distribute. 40 times 5 is 200, plus 7 times 5 is 35, so the answer is 235. The other way that you can view this, so again, we're looking for tens, is think of 5 as 10 divided by 2. So 5 is 10 divided by 2. So instead of 47 times 5, we can view this as 47 times 10 divided by 2. Again, 10 divided by 2 is 5. So that gives you 470 divided by 2. And that's another way to reach the 235. So you can have multiple strategies to get to the exact same answer. They're both perfectly valid, perfectly reasonable. If one of them seems easier to you than the other, go with that option. In the next video, we're going to look at a few more tips and tricks for working with mental arithmetic and estimation.